Hello and welcome to today's episode of Learning How to Speak Better. Today we're going to talk about connected speech. When we say connected speech, this is a form of speaking where words or phrases or even sounds are joined together or sometimes even replaced in order to improve speech flow. Native speakers of the English language sometimes join words together and sometimes even replace the original sound of a word just to improve the speaking. So you might sometimes get perplexed or confused. Why is it that these sounds are not pronounced, the words are not pronounced the way that it is spelled? So by the end of this lesson, we're going to look at why is it so, and in the end, it's going to improve your overall listening skill. So when British people are speaking, they don't speak in a stilted or overly formal manner. They don't pronounce all the words exactly the way it is. Sometimes these words are contracted, or sometimes these words are pronounced in their weak form or even joined together. It's just to improve the flow and to sound natural. So if you really want to take a pronunciation and speak into another level, you need to learn how to do the connected speech skill. So in today's lesson, we're going to look at three aspects of connected speech. So just like I said, when words are contracted or joined together, the way we pronounce the beginning of and the end of the word can change depending on the sound at the beginning or the end of the word. So when these happen, it's called connected speech. So we're going to look at three aspects of connected speech, and we'll be looking at sound linking, sound disappearing, and sound joining together. So starting with sound linking. This is a way of joining pronunciation of two words together so that they are easy to say and flow together smoothly. So you're joining two words in your sentence just to make it flow and sound more natural. So in English, there are different ways that this is done. For example, the first way this happens is the most common sound in English, which is called the schwa sound. Some of us might already know about this schwa sound, which is the sound So if you're able to get this sound correctly, it's an excellent way to make your pronunciation more accurate and natural. So if you haven't gotten how to pronounce this sound, please start practicing it. Once more, the sound It could occur in any vowel letter at all. So any vowel letter can be pronounced with the schwa sound, and a vowel letter can change to become the schwa sound, depending on whether the syllable is stressed or not. Alright, so for example, in the word man, you can clearly hear that the letter A there is sounding as ah. However, in the word postman, you can hear that I'm saying man instead of man. So if you're making a sentence with the word postman, you're not supposed to say I saw a postman. We say I saw a postman. So how does this work when you are using connected speech? A common feature of this schwa sound is when we're using the word and. We don't say fish and chips. We say fish and chips. You can see the connection when I say fish and chips. So the and is pronounced in its weak form, and then it helps us connect fish and chips together, and then we say fish and chips. To is often pronounced as t in connected speech. So we say I'm going to the shop, and not I'm going to the shop. Another common form of the schwa sound usage is the pronunciation of the word of. When we are pronouncing the word of, we do not say of clearly or pronounce all the sounds when speaking. We pronounce it in its weak form, and you hear something like of. Now listen to this sentence when I say a cup of tea. What did you notice when I say a cup of tea? You'd notice that I put the cup and of together, sounding something like puv, puv, puv. So when a word ends with a consonant sound and the following word begins with a vowel, we get a smooth transition from one to another. So cup of becomes cup of, cup of, cup of. Another example is because of, because of, because of. Linking isn't confined to weak vowels only. It can also happen for strong vowels as well. For example, when I say, don't forget to switch off the light before you go out. Don't forget to switch off the light before you go out. So switch off linked together becomes choff, choff, switch off. Right? And another example is when I say fried egg, instead of fried egg. And then we can also say ice cream instead of ice cream. So consonant to vowel linking is very common when listening to native speakers speak. So see if you can hear them using this linking during normal conversation. Now here's another form of linking. When a word ends with a vowel and then the next word that follows it in a sentence also has a vowel sound, then a new sound needs to be put in the middle to link them together. So between the go and the out, there is a linking sound w. So go out, go out. So go out becomes go out. And then another example is do it, do it. Then another example is no entry, no entry. So when a word ends in either O or U, after a vowel, we use the w sound to link them together. Right? Then apart from the w sound, we can also use the y to link two words together in our sentence. So for example, you hear something like I am. So I am becomes I am. Also, see it. So see it becomes see it. I can't see it. So when a word ends with either e or e, you can hear the y sound as a linking sound. So don't try to deliberately emphasize these sounds when you're speaking, because when you do that, you're not going to sound natural. So these sounds normally come naturally, and the purpose of this lesson is for you to be able to understand a native speaker more clearly. So it's not that you need to start deliberately saying the y or the w sound. For example, if I'm going to sound very unnatural when I say I am a boy, or you say I am going to see you. So that's not going to sound natural. A native speaker, however, could say something like I can't see it. From that sentence, you can hear the smooth transitioning from see to it using the y sound, but it's not that obvious. It's just a way of making the speaking flow. So when you're speaking, you don't have to force these linking. You just need to know them so that when you hear a native speaker speaking, you're not confused as to what words they are using. Alright, so apart from the linking w and y, there is something called the linking r sound. So that's what we're going to treat in the next minute. Now, in received pronunciation, we don't sound the r at the end of words. For example, we don't say father. That's more American. You hear something like father or mother, lawyer. So unlike the American pronunciation where you hear father, mother, or lawyer. However, when a vowel sound comes next to the words ending with R, there is a linking. And then at that point, the R sound is used to link words together. So for example, there is becomes there is. Other examples are the car is here, and then we can also say 4 eggs. I went to get 4 eggs. So as you can see in these phrases, when two words that are in a sentence, the first one ends with an R and the next one begins with a vowel, we actually link them together with the link in R. So car is becomes car is, four eggs becomes four eggs. Alright, so see if you can get like 10 of your own where it ends with an R and start with a vowel, and see if you can link them. You can write them down in the comment section below. Alright, so good job. Let's just have some of the examples. For example, lawyer is. Here's a confusing one. You're either in or out. So what does that mean? I'm saying you're either in or out. So using the linking in those two areas, I'm saying you're either in or out. So the next part of connected speech we're going to talk about is sound twinning or gemination. This is what happens when there are two consonants sound the same, one at the end of the word and one at the beginning of the next. So when this happens, we actually take one out and use the other to replace it. For example, if I say, I'm a bit tired, you can see I remove the last t in bit and I use the t, which is enough for the sentence. So instead of saying I'm a bit tired, we just say I'm a bit tired. Here's another one. We have a lot to do. So here I'm not saying we have a lot to do, we're saying we have a lot to do. Next I have tell me what to do, kind of like the previous one. And then I have she slept for 3 hours. Another form of connected speech is a lesion. When you have a sound t or d between two consonant sounds, they often disappear completely from the pronunciation. When you have t or d between consonant sounds, they disappear, just to improve flow of speaking. Here's an example. I'm going next week. Worst becomes worst job. Just becomes just one person came to the party. Then can't. I can't swim. So what do we notice in these sentences? I'm going next week. You can see that the sound s and w, between the sound s and w, we have t. So we have to take that away to improve speech flow. So I'm not going to say, I'm going next week. Then also, we don't say, this is the worst job. We remove the t because it's just right between s and j. So we remove it to improve speech flow, and we say, that is the worst job ever. Alright, then next I have, just one person came to the party. And finally, I can't swim. The sound t, that again is between n and s. So a lesion is where we actually remove a sound completely. And like we said, t and d are being eliminated, especially when they are between a consonant sound, or between consonant sounds rather. Alright, so it's not just in sentences that you could have a lesion, you could also have it in words. For example, postman becomes postman. Why is that so? Because we have s and and then we have t right between them. So we're going to remove the t and it becomes postman. Alright, so just like we said, it's more important to be aware of the twinning way of speaking, which will help you during listening and help you work out grammar. However, it's less important to necessarily try them and deliberately try to do this in our own speech. The whole point of these techniques is for you to sound natural and fluent. So if you deliberately emphasize these linking strategies, then your speaking will sound unnatural and stilted. So as you develop your RP speaking accent, you naturally pick up these techniques without you even realizing that you're doing it. So don't stress it. Don't try to copy them. You're not a British person. You're just trying to improve your overall speaking accent. So over time, you'd notice that you are moving, you're scaling your pronunciation skill with these little things. But it doesn't hurt to practice them just for learning purpose or just for fun. So that's all we've got for you today. Thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you in the next video where we share with you amazing content on how you can improve your overall speaking. Till next time, bye.